right, kind of a random video, not necessarily RV related, more plumbing related. We've got a drip in our bathtub, and it's a slow drip, but it just drips constantly. And so it's a Delta faucet, and it's dripping. All right, so I need an Allen wrench to take the handles off, and then I also need a pair of pliers to take the bonnet off so I can get to the cartridge. So let me kind of show you exactly what makes up a faucet, especially in a bathtub. Now, first thing you do is cut the water off to your house, and then also open up a couple of sinks to let the pressure off of the lines. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this handle off. So we're going to get the Allen wrench, and you can see there's a little Allen screw right here. I've already backed it out, and the handle just comes right off. And underneath it, you'll see there's this little cartridge thing here, and the cartridge is held on by this bonnet, this nut right here. So what we're going to do is use the pliers to take this nut off, or to at least loosen it. And now we'll take this bonnet nut off, and it comes off. We'll set that down, and then this cartridge comes out. You'll have some water leak in there, still a little pressure in there, but this cartridge is actually what controls the on-off of the hot side. And then there's a cartridge inside of the other handle that handles the cold side. So down inside of the water supply here is a hole, and it also has a little metal thing that also has a little spring under it, and it pushes that up. And we also are going to look at that. So I'm just going to use my and there it is. You can see that. That's a spring, and then this little cover thing there. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace this. We're also going to replace this, and hopefully that will stop the dripping. We're also going to do the same for the other handle. Now, you can get these cartridges at Lowe's. You need to make sure you know the model and the manufacturer of your faucet, and you can get them at Lowe's. Each of these were 15 bucks, and then also not included in the package were replacement spring and that, and there's 2 of them in that package. So I got a set of 2 of that, and then 2 cartridges to replace the hot and the cold on this faucet. So with that, let's get to it. Okay, so we have already taken this cartridge out. It also has a little O-ring in there. We need to make sure that's up, and then we need to replace these 2 things as well. So we will get the new ones out, and first we're going to put this down in there. Now, what I have found is the small end of the spring goes up inside that little black cover. So I'm going to put those both on my Allen wrench, and then put the Allen wrench down into that hole, and then just let those things just kind of find their way down into that, and then use my finger and make sure that that is seated down inside that little internal hole. Now what we'll do is we'll replace the cartridge, and you need to make sure you note when you take this out which side that little piece there is on. It can be on one side or it can be on the other side. I happen to know that it goes in like this. So we'll snug that down. You should also be able to push that down, and that pushes on that spring a little bit. We'll cover that up with the bonnet nut. We'll tighten that up a little bit, and now we'll do the same thing on the other side. Now I have already loosened up that Allen screw, so I'm going to put that out of the way. Now also, it's a thing to remember is up inside of your faucet, there's also a mating piece that goes on here. You can kind of see how that goes here, and then it turns and it stops. So off, on. And so you want to make sure that when you replace this, we'll put it back in the same order that we took it off, except for one thing, and that's we'll put these little pieces on as well. So let's loosen up this nut. And we'll take that off. And we'll pull that out. And now we'll get the good one and put this here ready to go. We'll also get the spring and that out. That's the old one. We'll put that back in the bag. And then get a new one. Put it back like so. Okay, that's there. We will tighten down that. And now we'll put the little covers back on here where they go. And then alright, so now we can turn the water back on and verify that everything works right. Alright, the water is now back on, so let's see. Hot. Cold. Looks good. So now we can go ahead and tighten back down our Allen screws that hold the faucets in place. Now sometimes if you get to one that you can't get to the Allen screw because of a wall, you can just kind of turn the water on. And that's all there is to it. It's real simple. You would pay a plumber a lot of money to come do that, and it's something you can do yourself. So look up the model number or the make of your faucet, go get those cartridges, replace them. Super easy job. It'll save you a whole bunch of money on repair bills. It's Pastor Kevin. Get out there, RV, fix stuff, get your hands dirty, learn things. Make sure you make it to church on Sunday.